Hey, how's it going, everyone? So today I brought a special guest today with my older brother here.
How's it going?
We're gonna do kind of a discussion on our favorite drum artist, which is Mr. Dave Weckl.
The drum master.
Yep. My first impression of listening to Dave Weckl, I think I was probably 7 years old, and it was off the album Heads Up, and
1992.
it just blew my head over. I didn't even know that he made Master Plan before Heads Up, and then I don't know who was it that showed me, I don't know if it was Dad or you guys.
Yeah.
Somebody showed me that they're like, oh no, this Master Plan came out first before Heads Up, and I was like, what? And so when I heard all the album, or when I heard all the songs on Master Plan, I was like, get out of here, get out.
Well, the Dave Weckl albums were the first albums I had been exposed to Eric Marienthal.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was 10 years old when I decided to play the saxophone, and it was because of the Dave Weckl albums, Heads Up and Master Plan.
Yeah.
I didn't know who the saxophone player was at the time, but I was like, that's what I want to sound like.
Yeah.
And then later on finding out,
Mm-hmm.
after listening to all our Chick Corea electric band stuff with Eric Marienthal, then I was like, oh, it's the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it was the same people, used with the Dave Weckl album. So
Right.
I think on Master Plan, he used Chick Corea, and
Yeah.
of course Jay Oliver is a great keyboardist too. Which
Jackson.
Anthony Jackson on bass.
What was it? Ray Kennedy? Was it on piano or?
No.
Or was it? I'm sorry, Tom Kennedy.
Tom Kennedy was the other bass player.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, on that album.
Mm-hmm.
Here and There was a big one for me. A Here and There song on Master Plan, only because there's that dueling guitar sax thing that's happening. It was
Right.
I was listening to that all the way into college.
Mm-hmm.
All my buddies, and all the GRP production albums were great with Dave Weckl and Chick Corea. It was just that era, late '80s, early '90s. 85 to 95 decade was like such a good decade for the GRP productions and
That's right. Yeah.
GRP records, I should say.
Yeah. I remember my first video I bought one of his instructional videos, and it was that Back to Basics with Dave Weckl. And if you guys know Dave Weckl, he wasn't very good at explaining like his licks or his method. He would just be like, all right, here we're going to play some singles really fast, 30 seconds, and then like his feet. All right, well we're going to play some singles with the feet, and it's like, what just happened?
What are you doing?
In spite of all that, though, I remember the first song I saw him play was the Spur of the Moment on that track, and I remember like just looking the way he played, and just like how the ride was kind of close to his right hand, and I just thought that was so cool. I liked his setup, and then the way he was playing, all these triplets with his feet, like between hands and feet, and all his doubles with his right feet. I was like, this guy's nuts, man. He needs to get the hell out of here.
So you would say you probably learned a lot from him physically as a drummer, more than academically, right?
Yeah.
It was just like somebody you could mimic,
right?
Just by looking at.
And I think I'm sure other drummers, even like older than like guys that were older than us, I'm sure they mimicked his licks, or because he was like the biggest drummer of like the early '90s, I'd say, like for the fusion jazz world,
Yeah, he was a drummer's drummer. What we call a drummer's drummer, only because his music was never, popularized in like a commercial sense. But as far as any drummer who's trying to get into drumming for the first time, Dave Weckl was like a big eye opener.
Yeah.
Along with Vinny Colaiuta and Steve Gadd, and, those are like the three guys.
He even put Steve Gadd. I remember when I heard that track in Master Plan. I forgot what the track is called.
They do like a drum solo thing.
Yeah, they're going back and forth. Yeah, I think that was the other time I saw him too, at the Buddy Rich Memorial concert. I think in the early '90s, '92. I want to say 1990 or '92 or somewhere around there. and it was Vinnie Colaiuta, Dave Weckl, and Steve Gadd, and I remember just seeing that trio play, and I was like, God, this is too much information. Like, I can't handle it. Like, I didn't know what to do with all that. There's so many notes, you know,
Right.
like Amadeus, too many notes.
The cool thing about Master Plan album in particular is that Dave Grusin is the one that produced it.
Mm.
And a lot of people don't know that he's the one that did the original score for the Goonies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And so anybody that's a Dave Grusin fan out there could hear the Goonies soundtrack, like, you know, the stuff that's just in the movie, not the Cyndi Lauper song and stuff. But, like, you know, it's a great song too. But
Right. Yeah.
you know, he produced that, and you can totally hear it. You can totally hear his, you know, harmony influence, you know, on that. And I know for Third Escape plugin, one of our songs that eventually will come out on our next album that we've been, you know, we've had for the last 8 years, song that our brother Art wrote, Blue Awakening, you know, he wrote the whole song, and then I was kind of like, this song needs a bridge, and I remember just messing around on the keyboard and thinking Dave Grusin and that sound and Jay Oliver, and just like formulated this harmony with the melody in there, so those of you guys that will hear it eventually when it comes out, you'll hear that bridge, and it's very, you know, it all kind of goes back to that GRP sound, you know, GRP. They were just producing that sort of sound the whole time.
Yeah, all the musicians that he's worked with, like Chicorea and Eric Marienthal, Franklin Ball, all those guys that formed that band, you know, even with Chicorea, it's like, God, there's so much shit going on. And I think they're like the godfathers of the fusion, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We even played a song from Heads Up. It was
P-Funk.
Yeah, that's right.
We also did off of Beneath the Mask. Oh, it was
that's
Beneath
right.
the Mask.
Those two, that's right.
We did that one too.
He's very inspiring on his musicality, you know, like his the way he plays, he expresses himself, which I already said, but yeah, I'm sure our brother feels the same way listening to that album too.
He was very influenced by John Patitucci on a lot of the Chicorea electric band stuff with Dave Weckl.
Yeah.
And I know that's kind of how we started doing a lot of funk stuff, was because Art all of a sudden was like, I'm just going to try to sound like John Patitucci.
Man, he would do some pretty similar like bass lines, like Patitucci. Right. I'm like, what the hell is that? He's like, oh yeah, check out this, and I'm like, what? Yeah, I mean, Heads Up. I used to always air drum to Heads Up towards that ending solo that Dave Weckl does. 7th Avenue, like Trigger Happy from that little drum. It's like a drum machine.
Trigger,
yeah.
He was using triggers on the kit, yeah.
And it comes up with that little synthesizer. Even like Master Plan, I remember hearing, I think one of the first songs I heard was, I think it was Island Magic, the one that's in 7/8, I think. And I was just like, what? He did this? You know, and then finding out all those other songs on that album. I think my other favorite one is Festival del... What is it?
Ritmo.
Yeah, there you go. Can't even say it.
Yeah.
I really love that one. But certain songs I wish that he had on chart was like Heads Up and 7th Avenue and all like those other cool ones that I really wish he had somewhere charted out. But, you know, one day that's something I want to do, is do like a tribute band to Dave Weckl or something. That'd be cool. Right.
Yes, you need a lot of good players.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. We will see you guys next time, and stay tuned. Bye.
See you later.